Okay, so this was like a last minute thing that I'm doing right now. A little bit about social media, especially for those of you that are beginning, or I guess is specifically directed at people that are a little bit, there's like a fear. I just got done doing what's called a Getting Started Right call with one of my brand new coaches, and I just listened to her share some of her things, and I realized it's what a lot of people have faced over time. It's just, it was worded in a way that I understood that this is something that we need to talk about. And so also, if you go back and look at my YouTube channel, I did a live video on YouTube this morning that talks about when you have an idea, you've got to execute on the idea within 5 seconds, or most likely you'll never execute on it. You've either got to write it down as a to-do list thing to do or execute on it right away. So me doing this video, I'm teaching you behind the scenes what I do as a coach. This video is me executing on. I came right in from the Getting Started Right call, wrote a status. I'm going to do a call in 10 minutes. That was to force myself to do it right now, and then gave myself 10 minutes to go find some posts to share with you guys, to talk about the things I think can help you guys understand this concept. And I'm speaking directly to a newer coach or somebody that's afraid to get themselves out on social media. There's something that happens internally when you I have all my brand new coaches put together their story or their why as a coming out post, like coming out as a Beachbody coach, letting people know, letting the world know that they are a Beachbody coach. This is why they're doing it. This is how it's changed their life. This is what they plan to do with it and why they want to help people. So it can be it can be discouraging should this new coach write a post, maybe they're lost 10 pounds, whatever it is, and they put a post together, they put it on social media, and nobody likes it and nobody comments on it, right? That's one option. Or somebody's sarcastic and makes some weird funny comments about working out, and that can hurt their confidence a little bit. Or if nobody comments or likes, it can hurt their confidence. They're like, man, like nobody's like even wants to see what I'm doing. So I understand that can hurt somebody's confidence and keep them from posting. There's also other things we can address today. If you guys want, you can ask in the chat, and I'll be free to talk about them as well. I recently had a rock star coach who was hitting Success Club, Emerald. She started hosting these things she called the Virtual Fit Club, and she had a creepy dude come on to a live video, and it scared her from posting on social media, so I had to help her overcome that. So there's a lot of things on social media where we can let fear set in, and you can stop taking the actions that can completely change your life. So to set this backstage a little bit, I had 224 friends on Facebook when I started as a Beachbody coach, and I was not known for health and fitness. I was known for posting about when a child was born, a post came up, or if we went camping on Memorial Weekend, there was a post of us camping. So I didn't use social media except for just that, like those basic things. So it was all new to me, but we have grown our social media. We've grown my Facebook public page to maxed out at 5,000 friends, and then it's got like 23,000 followers or something, people that have clicked follow after the 5,000, and then my like page has 20-something thousand people as well. So it wouldn't be there, though, should I have let fear set in. I want you guys to know, I'm going to show you guys specific examples so you can relate to me on what it's like in the beginning. But I do want you to know also that I did a post, I had a private message in the beginning of my coach journey that was the nastiest message I've ever received from somebody about how horrible of a person they thought I was for talking about my body because I was doing P90X, about my beautiful wife, and about my kids, and that my life is so perfect and I must be blue in the face from talking about us. So just letting you know, like, you've got to get some tough skin, and you've got to stand up for what you believe in and know where you want to go. If you want to read that post and my advice, go to scottyhobbs.com. I think I wrote it like 3 days ago. I put the copy paste message in there, and then my advice on how to deal with stuff like that. That's a different subject, but that stuff could come up as well on social media as you begin to share your journey and your beliefs. So we're going to start right here. This is my Facebook back in 2011. I became a coach on April 11th, 2011. This post was on April 13th. Oh, we're going to go back. I can't show you that one yet. Okay, that is the one. So, so this is 2 days after I became a Beachbody coach. I wrote this status, hey, check out the changes to my blog that is now set to run my Beachbody business. If you know anyone that wants to, and I'll teach you some do's and don'ts too. If you know anyone that wants to get fit and healthy, send them to my site or straight to me. This includes yourself. Products include P90X and Sandy Brazilva, and a link to my blog that was at that time Scotty's Over the Top blogspot.com. It has 0 likes and 1 comment, and the comment is myself commenting on my own post saying, please share with your friends through a private message on your wall. 2 days as a coach, guys. So I'm getting stuff like that. So I just want to show you some of these. That's a don't, by the way, on social media. Never post a link to your blog or your website or a link. People don't like to see that. It's salesy. But another thing also is Facebook algorithms always changing, and links to outside sources don't usually show up in people's feeds. So there's some advice right there. But also it's just a horrible written post. Here's another one. This is for those of you who have been, here's a post. Putting an hour into my side biz, smiley face. This is looking great. 1 like. And it was my friend that I was talking to before I became a coach that was joining me as a coach. So 1 person liked that status. So if you're starting this business, you could be a little frustrated, be like, man, nobody's watching or seeing this. On April 16th, this is 5 days after I became a coach. This is for those of you who have been asking. It is exactly what I do. A link to just my blog, a blog post I wrote called Become a Coach. So nobody liked it. Nobody commented on it. So social media presence very much sucking in the very, very beginning. So I wrote another status on April 25th, 10 days later. If anyone is wanting to try some Insanity or P90X or join a big community of supporters, let me know. 1 comment, one of my buddies. So they're no likes, but one of my old roommates shared these tried P90X. So horrible status. Like, I'm just showing you how social media looked for me back in the beginning and how it looks now, so you can see the difference of where you might be able to change some things. So this is when I was celebrating some success, and this is pretty cool to look back on. I had a goal with Beachbody, and I got to put this because I don't know who will ever watch this video. Beachbody is not guaranteeing any level of success or income. It's all dependent on your own, each individual coach's efforts, skill, and diligence. But I put this post 11 days after I became a coach. It said, okay, I set a goal to make enough money with Beachbody by 6 months so that Gabby would no longer have to work. I just made more in my first week than her normal 2 weeks paycheck. Wow. That was the truth. Because to do the math on what I needed to match her paycheck, I needed to make $196 in a week. And through private, because you can see my social media, I'm not attracting people to come flock to me and join my challenge groups. I was private messaging, texting, meeting in person every single person that I knew and telling them about my P90X results and how I wanted to help them get results so I could bring Gabby home from work. But I was able to earn enough commissions in the first week that it made more than the $196 that my wife made in a week at her job. So I was celebrating that success, but as you can see, I had more engagement than before, but I had 7 people that liked that and 3 comments. So I don't think that's a bad post to share because it gets people intrigued. You can't do that without an income disclaimer nowadays. You get in trouble. But here's another one. I know my daughter is a fan of my favorite TV show. So this is my best post back then. So this kind of shows you a little bit how I'm learning. I'm a month in, how to engage with people a little bit more. I'm sharing more of what we are, like our personality. I know my daughter's a fan of my favorite TV show when after letting one rip accidentally, stares at me for a quiet, embarrassed 5 seconds and then says, bazinga, and laughs. So as you guys can tell, that gets more social media engagement than talking about my business, right? Just talking about being a father, funny stuff in the house. So they're starting to get a little bit of improvement. Here's some more posts that I'm going to show you real quick. If there's anyone in our neighborhood or Idaho Falls that would like to take care of Keena, so this one is not business related. This just shows you that people are willing to help you. And it goes back to show you, guys, I think this is kind of cool because if you watch my sacrifices video, the first one that pops up on my YouTube channel, if you're new, it talks about how we had to drop our kids off at a neighbor's house and have them babysat while in the 2 hours that was the gap between when I got home from work and when Gabby left for work. So it just says, hey, we need someone to watch Keenan and Mila 3 to 4 times a week for 1 to 1.5 hours on those days. It's between 2:45 and 4:15. They're really easy. We would even be happy if there are 2 different families that took turns or a teenager at least for the summer to make extra cash. We need a sitter by June 7th. So people wanted to help with the family. And what that shows me, people want to help you. People want to help you. So don't be afraid to ask people to help you with your new business in a private message, to be one of your first challengers, to help you create your first success stories. People do want to help you. And then also know that people also are looking to make a little extra income. People are willing to babysit for an hour or 2 to make a few extra dollars to help pay with their bills. So that's a lesson aside from this, but social media just showing that people engage more with that stuff, asking questions. And then here's one. Hey friends, here's my fitness blog. A few of you have already seen. I always put smiley faces for some reason. If any of you are interested in buying any programs or workouts, I have links on the right-hand side. Oh, this one, sorry. This is before March. This is before I became a coach. So this is a funny thing right here that I don't think anybody knows about this. So you guys are first to know about this back in the day. So sorry, I showed you this. This should have been in the beginning. This is March 31st. This was 11 days before I became a coach. I signed up to be an Amazon affiliate so that I could share the cheap protein that I was using before I was using Shakeology to earn 6% commission for people that bought through the link. I ended up selling like 20 bottles of this cheap protein that I was using in the beginning of my P90X journey at a 6% commission. And then I never got paid on it because you had to make like $100 before they sent you a check. So that sucks. So there's another reason Team Beachbody is awesome, because you could be signed up for a coach for $15.95 and sell a Beachbody On Demand membership for $99, and they send you a $40 commission as long as you're paying your $15 a month. Like, how awesome is that? So that's back before, but as you guys can see, nobody liked the post. Nobody commented on the post. So we're going to move on to show you more current stuff and what gets engagement. So this is a post. I want you guys to see this. This had 380 likes and more than 20 comments. It's talking about what's going on in our family and in what we believe in. It was talking about my daughter's baptism. And so let me read it real quick. Here's some noise. Talking about my daughter's baptism, and I like quoted from the Bible about when Jesus got baptized by John. And that got more comments and likes than any post I've had this entire year so far. As far as likes, and then I'll show you some other ones. So what I'm going to teach you guys, I'm going to teach you about this before I tell you about it. So many times we jump in and we're talking about fitness, even your fitness, like your insanity selfies, sweaty selfies, insanity selfies, or your challenge group. You're posting this stuff, but here's the thing. Let's say you have 300 friends on Facebook, 400, 1,000. A lot of them are not interested in fitness. So you're putting these posts out and they're not connecting with your posts because they're not interested in fitness. This is where I think a lot of Beachbody coaches get this wrong, is they're not connecting because they're not interested in fitness. But the thing is like 99% of them need fitness and they need health. So how do you connect with them? You connect with them through other things. So I find ways to connect with them through my family, being a father, a spouse, and family stuff. I connect with them through like I guess that involves that, so I won't say it. My kids and what they do, the funny, goofy stuff they do. And then I connect with them on things that I post things that will get engagement. And all I do is I go to like people that have a huge social media audience. Like you see these like pages that have like 1 million followers. I see what they're posting. I take it or something similar. I put my own little website link on it, my website on it, scottyhobbs.com. And then I post it with my own question to get them engaged, and I'll show you that later. But I get people engaging on my post, and then here's the secret, guys. Because people don't flock to my Facebook post. If I make a before-after picture and share it, I don't have one person come to me and say, hey, I'm interested in that challenge group. I have nobody do that. Just so you guys understand that. I want you guys to understand that. But we continue to hit Success Club 10 every month for over 70 months because every person that likes and comments on my post that I don't have a conversation going with or haven't had a conversation with in a long time, I'll reach out to them and say, hey, Billy, thanks for commenting on the post about my daughter's baptism. And then I'll look at their page and see if they have kids, and I'll ask about the age of their kid. I'll start a conversation with them. I'll find out what they need through having just a normal, friendly conversation. And when the time comes that's right, or they ask me what I do, or ask me how I spend so much time with my kids, or ask me why I'm so positive, or ask me why I'm so friendly, or ask me why I'm fit, or ask me what any of that stuff, then that's my open invitation to invite them to a challenge group. Okay, so all of that happens behind the scenes of social media, but I use social media on the front to expand the number of people that see my posts, so I can start the conversations behind the scenes. So posts like this work real well. Here's another one. I wrote this post, husbands, an important message. I realize I haven't caught as many moments like this that I should. It seems that the mother's always taking pictures for the family, and we are in them more often than the kids are. And then I put something about how mothers are the ones that truly help develop a child, son or daughter, into amazing men and women. And so I gave men a challenge to post pictures of their wife engaging with their children, teaching their children. And so, I mean, that one got shared. That got shared by 3 people, commented 15 times, and had 171 likes. Right? If I post a before-after picture of one of my clients right after this, I might get 20 likes. But if I post this, I'm going to get 161, and I'm going to be able to interact with more people and start conversation with more people. So here's some social media do's. Here's another just small example. It didn't have as many, but it had, I think it had like 20 comments, and it had like 50 likes almost. But as you guys can see here, I'm just telling the truth of how it is in the light in our home with our kids, what it really looks like. And then I ask a question. This is so important. Do any of you have fun stories to share tonight to help us understand that we're not alone? And then I had like 40 people or so comment and share things about their kids. And like this one, it's funny. I never had a Picasso before. Like the kids, people start talking about their kids and what they're doing. So one thing to think about when you're posting on social media is get people to talk. People want to hear themselves talk. People want to talk about themselves, about their lives, about what they know, because that's how people feel valued, is when they share what they know. So ask people questions. Like sometimes I'll be getting ready to like work on my dishwasher. I could Google how to change the filter in my dishwasher, but if I put it on Facebook and ask, people are going to be like, oh, they're going to give you every piece of knowledge they know, because people want to talk about themselves. So I can search on Google, and I probably still will, but I will ask people on Facebook, get their opinions as well. So that's a great way to use Facebook as well to build your audience and get people engaging, is like that. And then these are the ones that truly, these kind of posts right here are what truly, as simple as it is, have grown our Facebook from 200 friends to over 25,000 followers. Is we're just like asking people to engage and then share. Engage and share. And I'll show you another one that has people share, but it's like so simple, right? So my kids honestly had gotten this phase for like a week where they wanted cinnamon toast for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I like beg my kids not to eat toast. But this had, there's only 7 likes, but there's 115 comments of people telling us what type of toast is the perfect toast. Right? Silly as it is, but many of these people are not on my friends list, because how Facebook works, if your Facebook is public, which it should be, if somebody, I'm going to just Mark's on here. If Mark comments on this post and my Facebook post, my Facebook page is public, it's possible that all of Mark's friends can see my picture of toast and comment on it or like it. So that's a great way to expand your network as well, is to do things that engage people like this. There's a lot of behind the scenes. We have other training you can watch on this, but that's where it's important that you have a good smiley picture of you as your profile picture, so that people aren't afraid to follow you or like or friend request you. That you also have a banner that shows and represents what you do and what you stand for. so that when they click on this toast picture, they're like, what the heck? 115 people commented on this post. I even commented, this is crazy. What is this guy doing? Like, who is this guy? They click on your name. You've got to make sure that you have a good profile picture that shows who you are, what you stand for, and what you represent, so that they're inclined then to add you as a friend or click follow. So that's all separate training and whatnot. And I have that on my YouTube as well, expanding your market on Facebook. You can search that later. But that's stuff that works on social media. Here's another one that I wanted to show you. This one has 412 comments and 23 shares. Okay. Look at that picture. Like, I found it on someone's page and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I solved the problem myself and I was like, ooh, I'm going to see how many people. So I said, comment with your guest, like you tell people what to do. Comment with your guests and then share. Share. Don't give it away. Let's see who wins. 412 comments, like 40 something likes and 23 shares. So that's a great way to expand your market, expand your network, get more people to see who you are. So I'm always looking at, it's like an active conscious decision to make sure that I'm doing these types of things on my social media so that my friends list grows, the followers grows, and then I have more people to look at, to start conversations with. And I'm very bold. Like, when I start a conversation with somebody, or if someone friend requests, because I get friend requests all the time because of posts like this, I just say, hey, thanks for the friend request. I'm super excited you reached out to me, even though they didn't send me a message, that you reached out to me. And then I ask them, are you a Team Beachbody coach? I ask them up front, because some are, but if they're not, then they're like, without inviting them to be a coach, they're like, what's Beachbody coach? So when I bring it up, it's like not a surprise, or they begin to research it. So it kind of does a little work for me up front, but it also, I guess, weeds out so that I don't waste time forming somebody that's already a coach or already has a coach, that I can work with people that don't have a coach, that don't know what Beachbody coaches are, and I can begin to build a relationship with them. So I'm going to show you guys one other thing before we move on from here. I'm going to shut this right here. And then let me know, can you guys see this YouTube page right here by chance? If not, I'll change it. Can I get a thumbs up if you can see my YouTube page right here? No? Okay. Let me stop the share real quick and then I'll restart. Okay. We're going to get there. This is going a lot longer than I wanted, but I want you guys to get some really good value out of this. Is that okay? Okay, awesome. Can you guys see my YouTube page now? The young Scotty Hobbs from 6 years ago. So this is when I was 29, brand new coach, and not even quite brand new. I was 8 months into my coach journey. 8 months, guys. This is 8 months into my coach journey. I was super stoked about that P90X shirt I got, by the way. And I'm going to show you this video because it's very powerful, because my YouTube channel right now, we have 2.5 million views and we have over 1,500 videos. But I have to say that one of the videos has 1 million views. It's a surprise ATV we got for our kids, and like kids in China and stuff are watching it all over. So those don't really count. But that one doesn't count. So it's really more like 1.5 million views as far as our Beachbody coach trainings and accountability videos of our workouts and whatnot. But this is one of the first videos that I made in 2011, 8 months into my coach journey. We have a joke inside of my team. This is the hostage video. All new coaches have what is called your hostage video, but I believe it's important that you make your first hostage video. Like, you make your video, you get yourself out there, you get uncomfortable, and share your ideas. And if you go back, like I said, watch the video I made this morning. Guys, all of us have amazing ideas, great ideas. The reason I'm a coach that's been elite for 5 years in a row and created a business of 45,000 coaches, we do 1 million volume of sales a week, is because every idea that comes in my mind that has anything to do with Beachbody or helping people, I make a video about it or blog about it or put it on Facebook right away. Like, I get it out into the universe. And what's happening with the majority of you guys is you have these incredible ideas that many of them may be a ton better than mine, but they stay in your mind for the rest of your life, and the world doesn't get to experience it. So I'm challenging you guys to get yourself out there on social media more on YouTube, whether it's video or social media posts. Some people write better than I use YouTube because I can talk on a camera now better than I can write. So that's why I use YouTube. But I'm going to show you guys my first video in hopes of inspiring you to get yourself out there and just see what it's really like in the beginning. So you're going to watch me cringe a little bit at the same time. So. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, so there's my hostage video. That really made me cringe a little bit. I want you guys to know I didn't watch any of my YouTube videos until about 4 years into my journey. Like it was about a year and a half ago that I started watching my videos or could even watch them. So I want you guys to know that, yes, I look like a deer. I call it the hostage video because it looks like a hostage video. Like there's light shining on me. They're broadcasting it into another country and there's someone with a gun to my head. That's like how my eyes look, like crazed, like I'm scared like a deer in headlights. But that's how it began, and that's where the beginning began. The beginning began for me of getting myself out there more boldly and confidently. But it also goes to show you guys, I wasn't at the point where I could walk away from my job yet. Yet I was telling the world that's what I was going to do with this. So it goes to show you also that your confidence in where you're going is so important. So I hope some of these tips helped you guys. I'm going to look at the questions let me look at the questions real quick, actually. See if there's anything before I log out. What's the main difference between Beachbody and getting a personal trainer or having a certification? That's a great question. That's one of my buddies. I'm going to come back and answer that later because it's off topic of this a little bit. But I'll answer that on a YouTube video, and I'll have it right up for you. And I'll send it right over to you. So Heather is asking, how do you talk about leaving your job when your manager is your friend on Facebook? So that's a good question. You don't want to ever jeopardize what you're doing, like your current job. So with me, I had to be very careful about this. So this was 8 months into the journey. I didn't talk about it on Facebook. I put it on YouTube, so it was possible that somebody could see that. I didn't put a date on when I was going to plan on leaving my job, like in that hostage video you just watched. I said one day I'll be able to work from home. Here's the realistic thing that you have to understand. Like, even with like millennials nowadays, like millennials are what they call the younger folk, a little bit younger than me. Like they last 3 years at any job. They bounce from one job to the next, to the next, to the next. So it's really just a fear. Like most employers know that people are going to move from one job to the next anyway. So don't let that hold you back in that instance, because that's the fact of life is people jump from one job to the next. Like I was a dental lab technician. I was his only and best, I guess I was the best employee because I was his only employee, but I helped run everything in that place. And after 2 years, I didn't ever get a raise and I left. right? So people leave and go to other jobs if they don't feel like they're appreciated or it's not something they love, they're going to leave. And so just understand that about, like, don't be afraid to talk about building something on the side. That's why I spoke specifically mainly about bringing Gabby home from work, about bringing her home from her job. But there did come a time in my job, I was working 12 hours a day, and I was talking about bringing my wife home from work, and the guy that was in charge of me, my manager at my job, began to treat me horribly at work. We're friends now, but he treated me horribly, like hacked into my computer, watched what I was doing at work to make sure I was working, talked poorly about me, all these different things. And it became a very stressful and poisonous environment for me. So it was about 9 months into my journey, and I left my full-time job at 14 months. So I was working 12 hours, but I was so confident in where I was going. I went to the CEO of the company and said, hey, my job title is to write manuals, and I'm running the service department, the shipping department, and writing manuals, and I'm not getting paid more. Like, I'm doing all these things voluntarily, and it's just not a healthy thing for me to be working this many hours anymore. And I would like to just work my 8 hours as a manual writer, what I was given, right? And I always did more than asked at my jobs because that's who I am. But at this point, I knew that I had Beachbody coming, and they asked me straightforward, are you leaving? Are you going to leave here to do your Beachbody thing? And I said, as of right now, I don't have a specific plan to leave, but yes, I'm working really hard at night at that to create an extra income, because I work overtime hours here because I need it. And I would rather just work what you guys need me here and not have to have Gabby. So I was just honest with them. I don't know when I'm leaving or if I'm leaving, but I'm working really hard, yes, on this job at night, and I can't continue to work 12 hours a day here. Doing all these extra roles. I just need to focus on the job you guys gave me, and I promise I'll give you everything I have in those 8 to 9 hours at that job. But yes, this is what I'm doing on the side, and I'm going to continue doing it. So I got moved to a different manager under a different department in the engineering department, and that's how I wrote out the last 4 or 5 months of my full-time career before I transitioned into Beachbody full-time. And I didn't transition into Beachbody full-time until I tripled my full-time income. So I tripled my full-time job income with Beachbody before I walked away. So that's important to know as well for those of you that might be thinking about transitioning at some time. That's so important that you do that. When I see coaches leave for other companies, it's because full-time coaches, they transitioned like before they ever made enough with Beachbody, and then they get themselves in trouble and then blame Beachbody. So make sure that you build your business solid before you do anything like that. So that's how you talk about it, Heather, is just talk about it like that. That's the best advice I think I could give on that. So hope this helped you guys today. My kids are early release, so they walked in mid-video. So I'm going to go spend time with the kids, and I'll upload this on YouTube. But watch the video I did this morning. It'll really help as well on getting you to execute on what I just taught you today, okay? Thanks, guys, for hopping on. We'll see you guys later.